Hello and welcome back to Content Classroom. In this week's episode, I want to chat to you about why most businesses struggle with social media. And the reason that most businesses and individuals struggle with social media is because we're all too focused on the wrong things. I got asked a question the other day when one of my videos dropped by a lady who asked how I helped continue engagement with my videos. And my honest answer, don't care. That's a really weird thing for somebody to say whose whole business is focused around producing video, right? And this is the common mistake that most people are making. We are trained by social media platforms, of which LinkedIn isn't a social media platform, as I've had pointed out to me over the last few days. And it's a good point. Social media platforms train us to want an endorphin rush. They train us to want immediate results. They train us to pick up our phone every 5 seconds. And the fact of the matter is that in the year plus that I've been in business on my own, and probably in the 5 years previous to that where I was working as part of a SaaS business, not one person who bought from me at any point has engaged with any of our content online. They've definitely viewed it because I've asked them. I asked them specifically when I start speaking to people, especially if they come in inbound and I've never heard of them before, I don't know who they are. I always ask them how they found me, and that's crucial. A lot of the time they can't remember. And if you've seen my previous posts, I'm a big fan of Chris Walker's thoughts and work around dark social and how dark social really impacts on your business, bottom line, top line, and everything in between. But it's really hard to attribute unless you're doing the groundwork of asking where people found you from. Aside from that, I was talking with James Potter yesterday, and he pointed out that actually you get the best results for your content from people just reading your posts or spending dwell time on your posts, because that then opens the floodgates for you to be shared with a wider network, your second and third degree connections, as opposed to just your first degree connections. And actually, if your post is liked or engaged with, then that like or engagement is shared with your network, not your actual post. So the best way to get more eyes on your content is to have people view, read, and spend time watching it, what it is that you've done. Engagement metrics for me are always a bit of a vanity metric, right? They're useful. You should probably track them. You should pay attention to them, but don't create content for them. Because the truth is that the people who engage with your content are quite often your fans, your inner circle, your champions, and they're brilliant. Like, absolutely, I have no problem with any of that, but they're not paying my bills directly. So whilst it's good to have more engagement, and I'd absolutely encourage people to want more engagement, it's not what matters and it's not what drives your bottom line. What drives your bottom line is people spending time on your content, getting value from it, and then connecting with you. If you want to drive revenue to your bottom line, you've got to be educating your audience, helping make them aware that you exist, helping them understand what it is that you do, understand why you're credible in your space and why you're an expert at what you do, and more importantly, connecting them with how they're going to feel when you solve their problems, and almost removing the question of anybody else, any other vendor, any other consultant, any other business, and being part of the question because you've answered it so fully and completely that they trust you to deliver on the results. Hope you find that useful. It's been a bit of a different newsletter for us this week, but I certainly think it's something that we should all spend time thinking about. I'll see you next week on the Content Classroom.